It is 7:00. I'll call this monthly meeting of the Juneau Council to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would the clerk call roll, please?
Chapman.
Here.
Evans.
Here.
Moody. Here. Justman.
Here.
Lee.
Here.
Rungy.
Here. First item of business. Agenda approval. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as printed?
So move.
Motion by Justman, second by Chapman. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Approve minutes of previous meetings. Motion by Foodie,
Second.
second by Lee. Any further discussion on those? Questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Move, approve minutes of intervening meetings. Is there a motion to that effect?
So move.
Motion by Rungy. Oh, motion by Adjustment.
I'll second that.
Second by Chapman. Any further discussion on those? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Public comment regarding the agenda items. Carl, we have you underneath communications. Mr. Moeller, do you have anything to say tonight? Just came here for entertainment? Okay, very good, sir. All right. Then moving on, communications, Carl Alf to discuss plans of a multifamily housing within a TID district.
Yes, sir. So, I've spoken to a number of you about this already, but we have the property on Home Road, the old motel that is now being taken down. So, we had it by the tornado last spring and is beyond repair. So, we're looking to do something with that lot. 2.7 acres was kind of underutilized, very underutilized for that space for what we could put on it. And so now we're looking into different opportunities to what we could put on that site. So we're proposing, right now it's a 30-unit apartment building. I have layouts, I know I'm getting some of these out, but if anybody wants them. You guys want one each or?
I got one here.
Okay.
It's the same as the other.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. And do you need it or?
I have one, thank you.
Okay, sounds good. So, again, we're looking to see what we can put on that site. This is pretty much maxing out the site with 30 units on there. We did a market analysis, market feasibility test to see if Juneau can even support a structure of this size. The market feasibility test was for 50 units. That test includes, and I know a number of you have copies of that already. That test, they call different apartment buildings. I think they call it from Horicon to Beaver Dam here in Juneau, and then they talk to a lot of employers in the area as well to see what the need is in the area. And that 50-unit test came back that there is definitely demand in the area for apartments and more rental units. You can kind of see that already with Beaver Dam kind of putting up those big ones over by Walmart. But what we've seen is Madison is kind of moving north, which also pushes different things out. So the demand for housing is needed based off that market feasibility test. So coming before you and just wanted to show you what we were thinking of doing with the space. If any of you are in the construction field or know that, the prices are very expensive right now. So the cost to build, we don't have exact numbers, but we were game planning anywhere from $100,000 to $120,000 a unit to put a structure like this up. So with the cost of building plus the cost of money nowadays, we know that it wouldn't be feasible without some financial assistance from the city. Just wanted to come before you today, and any other meetings that you guys need to come before to answer any questions. Make sure we're very transparent of what we're looking to do. We are not looking to put up any low-income housing. That is not what we're looking to do at all. I think our first meeting with the board said they wouldn't approve that anyway. So, but that's not what we're looking to do. We're just looking to put up a good product. It's 1 and 2 bedroom units. So there's 15 1-bedrooms and 15 2-bedrooms in the proposed design that I handed out tonight.
Where you charge for rents on these?
So the market feasibility test came back, the one bedrooms were right around $1,000, 1,000 to 1,100, I believe is what it was, and then two bedrooms were around 1,300.
Based at today's market. If you ever start to build tomorrow, you're looking at, what, a year and a half before you even get in, so you're probably 2 years out, 3 years out before you can get a build.
No, we probably get these up in about 8 months.
Oh.
Yep. Once we broke ground. Obviously, there's a lot before that.
Right.
Once we broke ground, we'd probably be able to.
There's garages there, correct?
Yes, yep,
Are they underneath?
yeah,
Okay.
yep. So there's garages here, so one would be for the lower unit, one would be for the upper unit,
Oh,
and then it kind of.
but they're not basement garages, they're at ground level.
Correct, sorry,
Okay,
yeah, they're not,
okay,
yes.
all right, that's what
So this would be slab on grade,
Okay,
and then obviously we have a number of parking stalls.
So there would be a basement.
There were, no,
And then is the 8 unit the same concept as the 22 unit where it would have the upper level is 1 bedroom and the lower level 2 bedroom?
yes, ma'am.
And there's parking for every,
Yep.
is there like 1 stall or 2 stalls or how many
There's,
parking
I
spots?
I had that written down before, I think it's a total of, it's more than 2 stalls per unit,
Oh,
including the surface parking.
oh, you're counting the outside parking?
Yes, yep,
Okay. How much inside though? 1 per unit?
1 per unit, yes. And then there, I don't know the exact measurement, but we're gonna try to fit on the apron of each garage would be, I'd really like to be able to put a car in there too. So you have the garage
Inside?
inside, then you'd have the apron outside, which would not be covered. And then you would have all the other additional parking.
You came up with 100 to 120,000 cost point per unit. That's all inclusive. That's your detention pond out in front, your parking lot, all your landscaping,
Yep.
your complete. That's how you're coming up with that figure. It's not just 100,000 for 1 2-bedroom unit.
No.
All inclusive, blacked out. You name it.
Yes, sir.
These units would be sprinkled as per state code.
Yep.
So that's gonna require Carl to get a larger water main in from the street.
Mhm.
Otherwise, the rest of the utilities, he's in pretty good shape. And then the water, I checked, after we had our meeting with you, I checked with the water superintendent. He says it is on your side of the street on the parking.
Yep.
In the parking lane there. So I guess if you're gonna get at that before they do anything with that road out front, that would be the thing to do. Not that there's much road left there. That's
And I wanna go on record that the road was like that before we did demo. So that we're not-
Absolutely. Yeah, they blame it on the line trucks for working on the power lines.
It's beat up, okay.
It's bad.
Been for a few years.
Yes. Incentives, even if we don't do a TID district. The only way you could do a TID district or to provide a builder with an incentive is having a TID district. You can't go to your general fund and pull 100,000 out and say, here's your help or whatever. So a TID district is the only way that we can not set a precedence and not have the public on your back, be able to work off the TID increment and to assist a builder or a developer. What is your ask for, what you really expect, or what would you like to see from the city? Because naturally, we're gonna start low.
Yep, and we're gonna start high.
Yep.
We don't have an exact number right now, I was talking before, because it's kind of like, we're trying to figure out what's gonna be approved, what wants to be accepted by the city before, the 100 to 120, that's a relatively general number. I think it'll be pretty close to that, but, we don't have finishes, things like that picked out, so it's tough to say, but if we get further down the line, and if it gets approved and it's open to the city, and we get closer to getting it stamped, then the pro formas would come out to say, hey, this is what we think it's gonna be building, we'll find, sharpen the pencil, figure out exactly what it's gonna be costing us, get a better idea of that, what our rent's gonna be, and it's just, we'll put it down on a pro forma to show this is income expenses, this is where we would need to be So tonight, I don't have an answer for that because we have to get a lot farther down the road to give you an idea of that.
And Troy, when we met with Adam from Barrett, our financial advisor, he said, you have to cover all the upfront costs. The city will only help you up from the backside. So,
Kind of pay as you go.
yeah, depending upon what we negotiate and what have you. You can start a TID and still not give you an incentive, but the only reasonable way you can give a developer incentive is in a TID district. Like I said, we can't pull it out of our general coffers. There's no two ways about that.
What about CDA? Have you guys historically, because I've been here for 4 years, but I didn't participate in anything like that, but
The CDA is-
historically, have you guys done anything like
The
that?
CDA, when it was formed, it was to do business incentives in the industrial park and never really wandered out until we had water issues out there and I got them to contribute $30,000 towards the water issues out there.
Okay,
But our advisor said that the CDA would basically fund this, but it would be repaid through the TID increment. So, well, you've heard a lot of that stuff that you said. So, yeah. Starting costs and getting them off the ground is the way to go. But, yeah, I just kind of wanted the group to hear if you had some kind of aspiration of what you would like to see.
We can work on that, it's just tough from our side to, this is kind of as far as we've gotten with the plan so far, we're developing some elevations so we can present that at the next meeting. But, it's cost to get into it, to start developing all this information, which we're willing to put up, obviously, to present a more concrete financial plan.
There's usually three things that a city can do is if they own the land that the TID is being marketed in to a manufacturer or somebody buying, you can give them a break on price per acre on the land, which we did with Whisker. The other thing is give them a tax incentive, a tax break. And number three would be help them out with utilities, utility extensions and whatever. So those are the only thing that really a city can do for a developer.
Yeah, and from, we already own a lot, so that's out of there. And then from an infrastructure standpoint, we might need to upgrade the water line, but we already have water and sewers already right there. So of the three, there's really only one that would make sense for us.
The only thing council would have to do in the future is whether they want to keep this thing moving by entering into agreement with Barrett to set up what needs to be done to set up a TID district. So that would be what future council would do.
I had just talked to the building inspector and the only thing he recommended was that rezoning had to be done.
Yep, that's been recommended by Land Commission.
To a budget.
Isn't it on here tonight?
I'm sorry, what?
Wasn't it on the agenda there?
Well, has that rezoning process started?
No, I just gave them the application today, so I couldn't put anything on the agenda.
We discussed it at the planning committee.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. See,
I'm
with,
sure Megan told you the whole process for that.
didn't Kayla get a hold of you about paperwork and whatever?
Not for rezoning.
Oh, she reached out to me and I told her, I said, yeah, I said, you're gonna have to reach out to him.
Nope, I stopped in today because I was just checking on the progress of that and checking on some other things. Yeah, next week it is. So,
And according to this, February 18th is when I'll let you know about the rezoning.
Yeah.
So I guess I just assumed you'd be the one
Yeah, he
doing it too.
he appeared before the plan commission. Plan commission went on record as recommending to the council that it be rezoned from an R3 to a PUD.
Yep.
Because R3, according to our ordinance, you can only build up to 4 units. You can build 2 4-unit buildings on an R3 zoning, where with the PUD, you could kind of cut a zone.
Yep.
As long as it all complies with state standards, which it does. So, yeah, he's got adequate green spaces for our city codes and whatever for the units that he wants to put up there.
But I think the process is not, you got the application. Notification has to be done to all the property owners within, knows it 1,000 feet. And then you have to do a publication for the public
Public
hearing.
hearing, yep.
But all that should be coming from Baird. You know, I don't have any of that information at all.
You're talking about two different things. She's talking
Yeah,
about
she's
the
talking-
rezoning, you're
Right.
talking about
Yeah.
the TID.
No, I'm talking about the rezone.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't even know what I would put in notification, so, you know, to the public, so that would be something that we would need to go over. Or someone would need to inform me.
You've been in contact with Al?
So,
rezoning has to go through Baird also?
no, rezoning doesn't have to go
Yeah.
through Baird, our building inspector can handle that.
The plan commission.
Planning commission's already made the recommendation.
They can't until you have a public hearing.
You gotta go forward, you gotta get the public hearing out and whatever, so
Right.
we made the recommendation
To
to
rezone.
approve his rezoning. So now you gotta go through those other steps, the public hearing.
And the public here, yeah, the,
Publication.
okay. Yeah, well,
That's the
we'll have
step
to,
one.
Is the application for the rezoning done?
no, he just got it.
No, I
Just
gotta
got
I
it.
don't think
Just
they-
got
They
it.
can't approve that until he turns that in.
There can be no plan commission approval until the public hearing, and then the public hearing, the
And the
plan commission.
Plan commission is recommending to you to approve the rezoning. Plan commission's the
But
first
as
step.
of right now, there is no rezoning application to approve.
As of, yeah, tomorrow or the
Recommendation.
next day.
He's
yeah,
gotta do
we'll
the
get the
paperwork.
application in.
He's gotta do the paperwork, you're
Yeah.
correct.
Yep, I got that today, so we'll get that in tomorrow or the next day.
And I was assuming that you had gotten that after the plan commission meeting. Any other questions for Carl?
How many units did you take out?
There are 8, like studio or 1 bedrooms, that's
Yeah.
what it was made into.
Motel.
Boy,
They took 2 rooms and made 2 motel rooms and made studio apartments out of the 2.
yes. So it'll be a very nice upgrade to what was there.
Any other questions? Troy, you got anything by memory?
No,
Thanks for stopping. Get your paperwork in place.
Yep, I'll get
Alright.
it probably to you guys tomorrow and keep going on that, and if there's anything else that, again, I wanna be very transparent with what we're looking to do, because I know I'm from the Oakfield area. They're looking to develop some area, up there, and then word gets out on Facebook or different things of what they're looking to do. I wanna be very transparent of what we're looking to do, and we're not trying to hide anything or sneak anything, just,
Okay.
this is what we're looking to do, so
We appreciate that.
if anybody has any questions, you know.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming in.
Alright, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, any other communications? Anything from the clerk?
No.
Okey-doke. We have payment of bills, checks for $360,206.41. Electronic transfers, $362,771.33. Is there a motion to approve the payment of the bills?
so moved.
Motion by Rungy,
Second.
second by Chapman. Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Rungy,
Aye.
Chapman,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Hootie,
Aye.
Justman,
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Payment of bills have been approved. Reports by officials, Mayor, Resolution 65, 2025. Approved mayoral appointments to the Police and Fire Committee. Whereas the mayor has diligently searched for individuals willing to give of themselves by serving on the Fire and Police Committee, Citizen Committee, whereas the mayor wishes to make the following appointments. Police and Fire Committee, Ed Spitz, term ends March 2029. Ashley Siegman, term ends March 2029. And Jack Moeller, term ends March 2029. Now therefore be it resolved that the Common Council, City of Juneau accepts the aforementioned recommendation passed by the Common Council, the City of Juneau, this 10th day of March 2026. I'll entertain a motion for Resolution 65, 2025. So moved. Motion by Evans, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Chap. Any further discussion? We probably were made aware that we thought we could bypass and eliminate this committee because it's rarely called to meet. But we did some research and we were recommended by a labor attorney that no, a city of our size definitely has to have an unbiased committee. So let me tell you, you have to go out and find 3 people that aren't affiliated with the city of Juneau in any way, shape, or form for any kind of committee or whatever is a challenge, but I was able to do it. So Ed Spitz, you probably know him, he's quite active with the American Legion. Ashley Siegman, she's the young lady that kind of piloted our chicken program. She was the expert on chickens and whatever, and kind of coached us through that. And Jack Moeller, he's got a police background, retired from work, was actively employed as a police officer at one point in his life, and that's Jack right here. So anyway, we've got our committee in place. We do have one standing complaint, which these people will be addressing, and hopefully we don't have to call them to order too often. So, any other questions on that? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Evans,
Aye.
Chapman,
Aye.
Foodie,
Aye.
Justman,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Rungy.
Aye.
Resolution 65, 2025 was passed. Anything else from the clerk treasurer tonight?
Nope, the elections are around the corner. We'll be sending out absentee ballots, hopefully starting next week. The audit's going well so far. We're still putting some pieces together, helping out the utility. And
Still got money left, right?
yeah, so I got money left
Good thing.
in the green.
Okay, written reports, building permit report, police department report, Juneau Fire and Rescue report, and Juneau EMS report. Any questions on any of those? Seeing none, moving on, reports of committees, commissions, and boards. We have our famous librarian, our library director, Connie, which.
Just a quick update, as we're getting into spring, we're focusing a bit on our buildings and grounds maintenance. There's some overgrown shrubs that we'll be pruning, getting our ADA entry door realigned, updating some restroom dispensers, reviewing the maintenance needs on the parking lots, getting a little crumbly out there, and looking at a proper location to put in a children's learning garden that the Friends wrote a grant for and received through the Beaver Dam Community Foundation. We are also having some things coming up in April. We secured some book donations from Money Smart Wisconsin, Big Read. And we're going to be partnering with the local banks to offer some financial literacy classes to kids and families. We have the Master Gardeners coming in to do some spring gardening programs in April. And I will be out attending a library director workshop next week for a couple of days. And that was grant funded from DPI. So it's a free workshop training.
Thank you, Connie. Any questions for Connie? How big a space do you need for that?
I had to run some numbers about, so the Friends wrote the grant. We talking about the garden?
Yes.
Yeah. They have to run some numbers. They wrote a grant to put in a learning garden to help fund some native planting and monarch butterfly rearing, like way stations. And so I have to run the numbers on how many plants would be adequate for that, and I can follow up, but not big. We'd probably build it off a section that's already landscaped out there. Just have a little walk-through area for the kids.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on, Plan Commission, Troy.
We met with Joe and Paige Poplaski. They are interested in putting a mobile sauna within the city limits of Juneau. I don't have a picture of it here. It's a trailer. It's it's a unique looking trailer. It's a mobile sauna. It really is. It's a wood burner. It seats like 4 to 6 people. There's a lot of questions on it yet, based on the liability and utility needs. We requested a copy of their insurance and stuff. That's it. They claim that they've talked to a bunch of cities around the area. Kathy Ferrari is trying to get a hold of some of them to see if, what they're interested in, what their take is on it. It's very unique.
Who would monitor it,
What's that?
or who would be monitoring this?
The
How would
owners,
it work?
they said that they're
Gonna be on site?
gonna be on site, they're gonna bring it, it sounds like they wanna do like online,
Reservations.
reservations. Like they would like to have like 3 or 4 at a time to bring it, but they said they would bring it in if they only had one. So, like I said, there's a lot of questions on it yet. I think they said they're gonna be, they are CPR approved, I believe, and so, yeah. So, but we didn't really get any farther on it than that, but it's kind of, well, you saw this, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
I didn't see it, I don't.
Doug's
Yeah,
got-
yeah,
You did? Okay.
yeah.
he's got reservations set up.
Yeah, I've got it closer in.
I guess they said that there was a mobile site there used to be one in Appleton and one in Milwaukee, but the owners of that got pretty good business, and now they have like an actual building with a sauna, so.
Okay.
So besides that, I guess I don't know where else doesn't sound like there's really any around here, so. Then we discussed the rezoning of the 510 Home Road, to begin begin the rezoning process.
Yes.
Voted to approve
Approval
that from,
process.
from R3 to, public unit, development. And then we discussed the creation of a new TID district. I know we all heard the Baird, financial, and then Justin from Baird called us last week on it too. And as far as the planning committee goes, we feel like this is a good idea to start another TID district based on the fact that we have a developer willing to start right away on something. And I know Josh Nichols from the planning committee did a lot of research on our past TIDs and stuff like that, and we've had pretty good success with them. So as a committee, we feel like we want to recommend a new one for this area, so. And that was it.
Besides Baird, has anybody else looked into the financials on this, on a TIF district out there? Cause the other ones we had were all industrial and there were businesses there and, obviously there's gotta be a lot of financial considerations and to go with the TIF district because it will affect our general obligation debt, which would have to be a finance issue. Because we initially, the city of Juneau is gonna have to take the money out. And that's going to go against our general obligation debt until the TIF becomes payable, that it's gonna make money to pay off that debt. And the city of Juneau will be liable for all those payments out of our general obligation debts every year before anything with the TIF. So, I mean, that's a lot to look into
Yep. and,
concerning this.
Those questions were asked and answered too. They said that we shouldn't have any problem with the cushion that we've got in our finances.
Yeah, but Baird's selling you money. They're like anybody else. The guy who sells you windows for your house will tell you you can afford the most expensive windows and everything else. But we have a lot of large projects and debts coming up, including an ambulance, some road projects, and some other things. And I think it would be very wise if we took a very, very close look at the whole picture and see if we can afford that. Because there's not going to be any industry up there. Everything I've seen for this
It's pretty much residential and commercial.
yeah, and everybody and the guy from Baird admitted it that day when I asked them about it. Housing does not pay for itself. You don't get enough taxes,
Income and back.
yeah, to cover your expenses as a city. It's businesses and things that cover that gap. And I'm just bringing it out there because some of us might be gone after this next election, and we have to make sure that the financial part of this is gonna be good for the city of Juneau, and it's not gonna put a burden on.
And I will admit
Okay.
that Barrett is selling their services, but I mean, Barrett be professional suicide if they recommended something that wasn't gonna work for us. Just to be cautious on how you execute, how you negotiate. And like I said, Meg and I discussed it, just because we set up a TID doesn't automatically make you committed to give a developer an incentive, but it is a tool there that at least you can draw from that fund and not affect your general borrowing, that you don't have to get in there. Like I said, there's a couple very expensive projects in that immediate area that are gonna have to be looked at in the next couple, 5 years. And having homes being built at the tune of $350,000, you've got $1 million when 3 homes go up in an area like that. So, you know, that's as good of tax generator as any commercial industry who you're giving breaks to on the backside for taxes and what have you as well. So like I said, there's good and bad and everything, and I think he answered all of these questions, and I just don't think Barrett would steer us wrong, seeing how they know more about the city's finances than anybody sitting around this table or anybody involved in city government. So,
I don't have anything against a TID district. I experienced even successful TID districts. I just want to see the process followed correctly.
Yep.
I mean, we haven't even, had the rezoning done yet. You have to rezone, approve the plans, and then I think the TID district process can begin.
Yep.
And you have to, there's a process, and I just want to see it followed correctly.
And I want our clerk to feel comfortable with working with Barrett and following those processes. Anything else tonight, Troy?
No, that's it.
Okay, moving on, Finance Committee, Richard.
We did not meet this one.
Personnel?
Personnel, we had a short meeting right before this meeting where we approved the candidate for the recreation program coordinator. And I guess I have a resolution to that effect that we will be voting on here at council. So resolution 64-2025 approved to hire Jacob Matuszek, recreation program coordinator. Whereas the recreation committee has advertised for and interviewed applicants for the position of recreation program coordinator for the city of Juneau. And whereas the personnel committee recommends that Jacob Matuszek be hired at step 3, which is $22.23 per hour, starting with a 6-month orientation period. Now therefore be it resolved that the common council of the city of Juneau accepts this aforementioned recommendation passed by the common council of the city of Juneau this 10th day of March 2026. I would move for passage of resolution 64.
Motion by Evans, second by Foodie. Further discussion? Jane, I let you accept it off as chair of rec.
Well, we interviewed him, and he was interviewed the last time we hired, was highly recommended, and was actually the candidate we wanted to hire at that time, but he had another position that he was looking at. So that's why we did end up hiring a different rec director. But he really has a lot of plans that he wants to step in. He has experience running, different sports programs. He is working part-time somewhere else, and he said that this would be a priority for him, and I think he's gonna do an excellent job. I hope we keep him forever.
Any other questions, comments? Richard, anything you want to add?
Just said he's a very good candidate, and I recommend it.
No other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Evans,
Aye.
Foodie,
Hi.
Chapman,
Aye.
Justman,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Runge.
Aye.
Resolution 64-2025 is passed. Anything else from personnel, Richard?
No, that was it.
Public safety, Jane?
Public safety, we reviewed all the reports and there's a public appearance regarding no parking on North Highland. That will be coming back to public safety with the measurements and then to add to no parking into our ordinance. I guess when you pull out of some residences right on the corner of Highland and Center Street there, because of the Dodge County housing right there, it's hard because the streets are all parked up that you can't see. So we're gonna be looking into that. And that, Dave talked about upgrading cellular devices. And that's about it.
Any questions for Jane?
Got two resolutions. Resolution 62, 2025, approve appointment to EMS officers. Whereas the EMS Medical Services, EMS has held a general election for EMS offices. The following officers will fill the named offices with their term beginning in February 2026. Dan Zink, Coordinator for 2 years. Nathan Zink, Assistant Coordinator for 2 years. Dan Toll, Secretary Treasurer for 2 years. Brittany Borchert, Training Officer for 2 years. Whereas the EMS bylaws require that the Common Council of the City of Juneau confirm the EMS elections. Now therefore be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Juneau accepts the aforementioned recommendation. Passed by the Common Council of the City of Juneau this 10th day of March 2026. I move to approve Resolution 62, 2025.
Motion by Foodie, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Justman, any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Foodie,
Aye.
Justin,
Aye.
Chapman,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Rungy.
Aye.
Resolution 62, 2025 is passed.
Resolution 63, 2025, approve appointment of fire department officers. Whereas the Juneau Fire Department held a general election for fire department offices, the following officers will fill the named offices with their term beginning February 2026. Whereas the following are election results. Dave Beal, Deputy Chief, 4 years. Dan Zink, Assistant Chief, 3 years. Sierra Skalma, Captain, 3 years. Kurt Nidman, Lieutenant, 2 years. Jay Skalma, Secretary Treasurer, 2 years. Jesse Schuster, Trustee, 1 year. Now therefore be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Juneau accepts the aforementioned recommendation. Passed by the Common Council of the City of Juneau this 10th day of March 2026. I recommend approval of Resolution 63, 2025.
Motion by Foodie,
Second.
second by Chapman, further discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Foodie,
Aye.
Chapman,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Justin,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Rungy.
Aye.
Resolution 63, 2025 is passed. Public Works, Jim.
We did not have a meeting and, we will have a meeting March 25th. So we have a few things to discuss. But all in all, everything is running pretty good at Public Works at the moment and, we'll have hopefully some, more information and stuff from, our Public Works Director when, on some like the trucks and estimates on some things that are gonna be needed in the near future, so. Yeah, hopefully March 25th, we'll have a quick meeting.
Did I read that one of the minutes are gonna set up like a 5-year plan or something for equipment
Yeah,
replacement?
we're probably gonna he's gonna
Working on
come,
that.
hopefully come up with something
Okay.
by then. Yeah, because I wanna try to get some things ahead so that we're not always scrambling to get money. And see if we can get some, something get ahead, because we need some long-term planning.
And also the road projects, we had a 5-year plan that's pretty well depleted. If that's maybe what you were reading.
No, he was talking about equipment.
Road projects are pretty much, their plan's gotta be updated, so. Okay, nothing else, move on to CDA. We did not have a meeting. Recreation, we did it.
Recreation, we did meet and we updated the recreation program position. We discussed the hiring timeline for the recreation program coordinator. And we discussed the basketball tournament, which was very successful. And again, I want to thank Gayla Amsler for helping us run that. Without her, it would not have ran as smoothly as it did. And as our interim recreation director, she is running an Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 4th. That'll be at 10:30 a.m. Open gym was held on February 16th. We'll set dates for the following. She is planning on having a candy bar bingo, Easter craft, and spring break activities. There are 2 different spring break times between Dodge and St. John's, but she's aware of that, trying to set something up. And that was our rec meeting.
Any questions for Jane? Okay, moving on, utility commission. Douglas.
Utility Commission, the utility account is preparing for an audit. Electric superintendent is in the process of doing a rate case with the PSC. Utilities had training with MEUW on substation components. All linemen went to training for ATC switching. Attended quarterly training for MEUW for traffic safety. Truck inspections were completed through utility sales. Had some minor repairs, some warranty work that needed to be completed. Did some shop organization with materials. The new vac trailer was delivered. The old vac trailer will be going to auction. The substation and expansion project, the meetings are starting to having a walkthrough with ATC for the next couple of weeks. Utility is still waiting to hear from the attorney about the resolution. Repaired some flickering lights and will be selling the HPS lights at a discounted rate to get rid of inventory. Now, that's the HP, them are the ones that were in there before the LEDs went in.
High pressure loading.
Okay, and it sounded like he had a plan who's gonna sell them to, or are they just going out? I mean,
It's,
do we have anybody in the city that could use them?
no,
Okay, alright. Alright. Water wastewater superintendent's report. Apparently they had some problems with the natural gas line by well 2. Collectors updated and repaired the gas line and the flue at well 2. For $2,470 with monies from the water budget. There's also 2 meters are gonna turn into 1 for gas, and that the bill for that gas will be divided between the water and the electrical department. Projects update. They received a new spare mixing equipment and had to submit a violation to wastewater treatment plant for daily ammonia discharge during the cold weather stretch. Everything is back to normal now. Applied Technologies is continuing to work through the designs of the new system. The water main break on South Street in February that required ourselves. Utilities came out that they repaired themselves, and so the utilities came out with the vac trailer and it went well. This is the 9th band of the water main that has been repaired. Water superintendent suggested that the South Street water main be replaced within the next few years. Fluoride scale quit working, moving forward with grants to replace the scale. Purchased a DR900 for testing water, looking at getting that covered with a grant. Beaver Plumbing replaced the water valve at the Landmark Credit Union. They had a customer complaint to PSC about sewer meter charge and water meter charge and being double billed. Alex is responding to the PSC via email and are in the process of changing the wording on the bill. The new truck from Holiday has been picked up and the old trucks will be sold at auction. And utilities received a thank you card from Shop with Cops. And that's about it.
any questions for Doug? Thank you, Douglas.
You bet.
Moving on to old business, any old business, new business. Approved provincial licenses for 45 days, there are none. Approved regular bartender license for 2025, there are none. Any other business tonight? Just like to,
Just a quick note, some of people here will not be back probably because of election time, and I'd like to thank everybody for their service and who are coming back and who aren't coming back. Well, was a good, I know for myself, it's been pretty good 2 years, interesting at times. And I just like to thank everybody for who served. And if their terms are up or if they're not running or however this all works out, thank you.
Stole my thunder, Jim.
And then we can make a motion to adjourn.
Yes, you can.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Rungy, second by Foodie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. This meeting is closed.